Hey guys, it's Roz. My thematic unit idea was over rocks, rivers, mountains, oh my, for first graders. And I chose to do this because in the TEKS, there are several that talk about teaching the kids a difference between rivers, oceans, and lakes. They need to learn about valleys and mountains and volcanoes and earthquakes and things of that sort. So I just made one broad thematic unit and I've combined everything into that. So in week 2 we had to do our math calendar board or science board. Well, I chose the math calendar because I figured it would be the easiest and the simplest to gather information and present off of since we are online. I did the month of April, and as you can see, I did all my days. I have my months on this side. You can't really see, it's like you can't see my wording as well because it is, it's kind of glittery, so. But I have my months over here, and I have mine down here. We have a river, and that's part of my thematic unit that's incorporated into my board. And what we have along here is teaching our first graders even or odd numbers. So I have labeled them 1 through 10, and I could even do 1 through 20 when I'm actually in the classroom. And I've labeled all my odd numbers in silver, and I've labeled my even numbers red. So when we're singing the little fun songs that go along with it, I can point, at the red numbers, or I can point at the silver numbers. And this will help the students, obviously they'll be in a big group, so it'll help them distinguish the even from the odd while memorizing which ones are even and which ones are odd. Following that, we have my mountain in the middle of the board, and I thought it was a cute idea. I've always seen teachers incorporate how many days are in the year into their math calendar board. Well, I wanted to do the same thing, but obviously I couldn't use, popsicle sticks or usually what they use because we had to combine our thematic unit into it. So I chose to use a mountain, and you'll see more than half of our mountain is already finished, and that represents the number of days we have gone to school. So I made sure I dotted how many days are in the school year. And so for each day, we will take one rock out of my baggie, and these are actual real rocks that I have. We'll take one out, and then we'll add one to the mountain. And so once our mountain is full, it'll be the end of the year. I figured that's a cute idea. Something for them to be interactive with. I can have, one student a day. I can have them add our rock to the mountain. I can have one take one out, or I can have the same kid do both. Whatever I'm feeling that day can be. Like I said before, we have our whole month here, and off to this side, we have our days. We always teach our kids Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and we have a little song with it or whatever. At the bottom right here in the green, you can see are my TEKS. I have listed them on the board, so I know what they are, and I have combined all of the subjects, math, social studies, language, and science, so they all are being incorporated into this board in some way, shape, or form. And obviously, a major board in a classroom is going to be a lot bigger and a lot more detailed. But since we only had a tri-board to do it off of, I combined the most important concepts, which are what day are we on, what day is yesterday, what day is tomorrow, which they can all see from looking at this. And I have my Sunday, Monday, Tuesday all labeled up here, so it'll be easy for them to figure out where we're at. I have my days, I have my months, and I have my numbers. So the broad terms are being covered on this little trifold. Obviously, if we go into a classroom, or I know some of y'all are already in a classroom, y'all's math calendar board is probably going to have a lot more than mine. Being I'm not in a classroom yet, though, I had to use what I could. That being said, my math station was something over, I had to use rocks again. So I chose rock, addition, subtraction, and graphing. And with this, I would have a worksheet, which I did not print off. I would have a worksheet that the students could go to their center. And my rocks are all labeled a different color. So I have purple rocks. I have red rocks. I don't know if you can see that one's kind of colored. I have blue and I have green. So I have a little variety of rocks here, and I have 20 in my math pocket. So they can take the rocks, and I have listed on the instructions to sort them out by color. So they'll put the green rocks in one, red rocks, brown rocks, blue rocks. And then they'll go down on their sheet. And on their sheet, I have asked them questions such as, how many blue rocks do you have? Or how many brown rocks do you have? How many more brown than blue rocks do you have? Simple things like that, that they can use the rocks to see, okay, here are my blue, here are my brown. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3. You know, take away how many. They can do that. They know the simple addition. This is just a fun way to make it interactive for them. And also, further down the worksheet page, I have incorporated graphing into that. I do have the colored rocks here, so I figured I've asked them on the green, and they're supposed to draw me with the green marker how many green rocks there are. Blue, how many blue rocks there are. Brown, how many brown, how many red. And with that, they will make a little graph on their sheet of paper. Nothing fancy, nothing major. Simple way to get them to see. You can use what you have in front of you, like our rocks, and you can put them on paper. So they will be taking all the green, and they're obviously going to count them out again or line them up or whatever they do, but they're going to end up putting them on the graph. Following that, my science station. This one was a little bit harder for me because how do you interactive like science into a first grade classroom? If I would have went with a little bit older kids, this would have been fun. I could have done some sort of activity, something a little more broader, but I didn't. So since it was first grade, I got points taken off on this one because it was too homemade. So I had to go into buying a printer so I could do my science station. So I've actually incorporated the instructions on this. So once this is laminated, they will have one math or one science pocket, and it will have the instructions and the teaks all on one. Whereas this, I just had the name of the game, I had the teaks, and I had the instructions all on separate things. This one turned out a lot more better, a lot more professional. Obviously, going through it, you see, okay, that's too much. I need to sum it up, whatever. So I chose memory. It was the easiest thing I could come up with my rocks, mountains, rivers, thematic unit. And with this, I have pictures and I have words. Volcano, volcano. The kids, I'll put them in groups of 2, 3, 4, whatever, and they're going to take turns playing memory, just like we would any game. And most of the kids have already played this. I'm sorry, my rock scared me. They've already played this. They know the concept of the game. I do have the instructions on here, and it says, take out cards and arrange them by color. So group the orange ones and group the green ones, and I have a little picture of here how to do it. And then it tells them what to do, and I have a picture of the flipped over words and picture. Pond and pond, island and island. And at this station, I have decided I'm going to leave a book, and I'm going to leave a book there, so when the kids flip over a word that they don't know or they haven't learned yet, they can go to that book, and there's going to be a picture in that book, and there's going to be an explanation in that book, and everything for them to see. So they can kind of grade themselves, peer assessment, however that goes. So, and I have a lot. I think I have 12 pictures, 12 words, so 24. It'll keep them interactive. It'll probably last the whole time that my center time is allotted. Something fun, something they can play with each other and go for. Overall, this was fun. I've loved trying to come up with it. It's been really hard trying to home make everything because you do walk in a teacher supply store and they have everything for you. So it is really hard. That's my thematic unit, though. Those are my math science stations. There's my math calendar board. I hope y'all enjoyed them, and I can't wait to see y'all's video and what all y'all have done the past few weeks. So, thanks.